stuff. But for anyone who doesn't know, this is part of a budget series that I'm doing for Arena, where I'm making decks based on only commons and uncommons to make them more affordable, so that, you know, if you want to try it out, you don't gotta waste your rare wildcards. Or if you're trying to build into a tier 1 deck, it's a good base to start with before you start adding on the rare wildcards first. Especially because the starter decks we see aren't like tier 1. I think most of these could compete with most any of the starter decks, which the starter decks, from what I've seen, do look like they're more of just 1s and 2s of a lot of cards that you can just have kind of half the base to any of the decks you want to get into. So it won't be better to start with those than any of these decks. So that's some interesting food for thought. But the idea is that you're making an affordable deck with cards that you won't be sad about trading uncommon wild cards for. Common, you don't really care because there's so many wild cards. And then you can use those as a base for tier 1 decks. So, getting into it, we got 4 Fanatical Firebrand. I would say, first of all, this deck will be better. It would be more tier 1 if you made it mono red eventually. The reason being the mana will work better and there's better cards. But the black version has better 1-drops. It has Vicious Conquistador and what's that other guy? I forget his name, but he's a 1/1 and when you attack he becomes a 2/1. I just don't think there's, without Bomat Courier or Soulscar Mage, this hot daddy over here, is Arena really just a competitor to Hearthstone? Kinda swammy. It has the birds. You know it. Kind of. Yeah. Also, it's to cater to, there's always been an audience for the free-to-play digital market. Because, I mean, I don't have time or always, you know, my car doesn't even always work because it's so beat up to be able to go to F&M consistently, and I'm a student. So people who want to be able to play, like, whenever they want for free has been a huge niche. So this is replacing all those other Duels of the Planeswalkers releases that were coming out annually. So that's the bigger thing, but yeah, they definitely are competing with Hearthstone. Which makes sense, because Hearthstone's losing people like me. I mean, I played like 2 games, and I'm like, it's kind of fun. But the fact you have to pay to get the cards, rather than you can pay to get the cards if you want. They literally have to spend $700 to unlock 90% of the cards is ridiculous to me. So, yeah, that's the sort of the niche they're trying to hit with that one, Swammy. And Angry Beard, I haven't spent all my common wild cards yet. Yeah, well, same Beard, but the thing is, because there's no cards I wanted, I had 18 saved up, and I just spent them just because I had them, and I didn't want to use anything else. But we'll get into the deck, too. So, with that being said, this will turn into a mono-red deck once it gets better, I think. So we'll start with 4 Fanatical Firebrand, because he's a good hasty 1-drop. He's good for pinging all their important dudes. But more importantly, Bone Picker, turn 2, consistently. Yeah, I'm down with that. The one thing is, if we get Kaladesh, I'd rather have Shock than Mega Spray, because A, it can go to the face, and B, then it actually dies instead of getting exiled, so this could actually turn on Bone Picker. That's kind of a non-bow. I like paying for a lot better cards. Yeah, and so that's the thing. You could pay to get the cards sooner. You're just trading money for time rather than having to pay to access the game. That's the difference. So, yeah, I agree. That's there for them. I mean, you know, if I was working like 2 jobs, so then I had less time but more money, I would just pay to win, you know? There's something a little bit fun about the grind. I don't know. You get creative with your deck building, like so. So yeah, Fanatical Firebrand. He's a cool guy. If you get any raid stuff, I don't know if I have raid stuff over here, do I? No, I don't think so. But he's just a 1-drop. That's the biggest thing. And he turns on Bone Picker. And Bone Picker turns on me. So, oh baby, come on. So yeah, that's what he's there for. You got 3 Magma Spray. Basically just early interaction. You want to be able to, if you're on the draw, kill their 2-drop. And then start swinging in with your dude bros. That's the biggest thing. Just 1-drop removal, or so that then on turn 3 you play a 2-drop. Like you could play Nest Robber, and then Magma Spray swing in if you played Freeboot on turn 2 or something. Something like that. That's what we're looking for. 2 Supernatural Stamina. I might run more of this. It depends on the meta. Bone Picker is better than all. True. I mean, he single-handedly fueled the mono black deck. Well, Glint Sleeve Siphoner. But there was an aggro mono black deck that top 8'd Classic, and Bone Picker led the charge. For sure. So good, dude. But yeah, stamina might be better. It depends on how many people are running Magma Spray or Baffling in. But yeah, I'll just run 2 to be safe, because we don't know the meta yet. but it can do absolute work. You know, they spend a ton of time and energy trying to kill your Bone Picker or your Monster Sword. You just supernatural stamina. Boom. Or honestly, it sneaks through the last bit of damage more often than you'd expect. At least it did in duels, so who knows. Vicious Conquistador, he's just a 1-drop. Like I said, we need a lot of 1-drops. You want to do something on turn 1 for sure, and that's why we only have 2 tapped lands, you know? Because you want stuff on turn 1 for sure. So yeah, he's just hitting in for 2 as a 1-drop. That's all you want. You have, oh, was it Grasping Scoundrel? Grasping Scoundrel? There he is. That's the other one. You can run him. But I like this guy more because he triggers on attacks so that if you need to punch through the last bit of damage, swinging with him, even if they block him, still works. It feels good. Hey, what up, Happy? How you doing? Good to see ya. And yes, I know, Yuji with his magic again. But don't worry, we'll get back to Dark Souls eventually. Once the remaster comes out, I'll get back into Dark Souls more. But I'm on that magic hype right now. But good to see you. How you been? How's Cuphead treating you? Next up, we got a Braid. I'm only running 1 right now because I don't know how many, you know, God Pharaoh's Gift and all that we're going to be seeing, but I think this is going to be amazing. But since we don't have Shock, we need more spells that go to the face. So we're running Lightning Strike. Once we had Shock, I'd probably run more Braids because then it's more things that can go to the face. But a Braid is just so good. So good. I mean, once Kaladesh hits, you probably see some Gear Hulks. I think God Pharaoh's Gift is going to be a deck. There's probably a pre-made one. There's a lot of important artifacts like Thematic Compass. A lot of control decks are going to be running that. What's the other one? What's the other one, guys? Treasure Map. Both those are seeing a lot of play. So that's amazing for that. Freebooter, he's pretty much just a duress on a stick. Amazing. They can almost never block him. So he's doing good. And then oftentimes they have this dilemma where you play him and they're like, well, I don't really want to kill him, but I kind of want to kill him. And then you just get your Bone Picker, boom. Crash Bang Wallop, what a picture. What a picture. She's pleased he is going and you. I'm doing excellent, Happy. I'm super pumped. I've been getting a little sick, so I'm trying to get over that, but I'm super hyped for Thursday, and I've been having a lot of fun learning a lot of stuff to try to better my stream. You guys don't see it right now because I'm a pleb, but come Thursday, there'll be some changes. I don't know if they're going to be that drastic, but I'm going to see them. So I'll know. Next, we got Lightning Strike, like I said. Removal that goes to face. It'll be important to be able to kill a Phoenix. Put him into that 1/1 Mega Spray him. Get out of here. Also, it actually kills them, so then Bone Picker can come down. Like I said, turn 3, Lightning Strike into Bone Picker will probably be a big thing. Or turn 2, Firebrand into Bone Picker. Like I said, guys, Delver is played in Legacy. Hot Dog had it right. Black Delver with Death Touch. So he'll be killing their monster swords and stuff. So, I mean, you don't want him blocking duty, but whatever. So they're good. Nest Robber, he's just our super discount. Earthshaker Kenra, this spicy boy over here, we'll get to him. But yeah, just a 2/1 hasty. You want to be able to attack. I mean, you're attacking for 4 on turn 2 if you get this guy and a Nest Robber. It's pretty good. Turn 3 Crasher. So if they play a creature turn 2 and you're on the play, you'll be swinging in for 4 turn 2. And then turn 3 you'll be swinging in for 7. That feels pretty good. Like I say. Which transitions super well into On-Crop Crasher. Hello, Minotaur, friendo. You'd be keeping him in the tier 1 deck for sure. He's amazing. 3/2 hasty is nothing to joke at. And the exert triggers, incredible. It almost always gets your 1 and 2 drops in there. Because most decks aren't going to go 1 drop, 2 drop. Yeah, especially if you're on the play. So he's amazing. Definitely want 4 of him. You won't feel bad trading in for him. Kenra Scrapper, I don't even know what he's trying to replace. He's just a difficult guy to block that can hit in for 4 to push in that last bit of damage. That's what these two are for. Just pushing in that last bit of damage. The only difference is he gets your whole team in, but he can sneak in himself. So he's for more removal heavy hands. He's for more creature heavy hands. Yeah, he's a common, so you don't feel bad switching him in. Attacking in for 4 is nothing to joke at. 4/3. He's pretty much a replacement for Rampaging Ferocidon, but I'm thinking that Kaladesh should be coming in so quickly behind our Devastation in them that he'll probably be banned pretty quick, so I don't even know if you want to waste your rare on him. So, but that's really what he's replacing is Rampaging Ferocidon. I mean, he's a menace, 2 to 4 power, so he averages 3 power. So he's about the same. That life gain thing's kind of important, but whatever. whatever. Next we got Bone Picker. He's the whole reason we're running all these cheap bros like Fanatical Firebrand. Otherwise you'd probably run Grasping Scoundrel instead. But he is how you sneak through all that damage in the late game, or just ramp up super quick in the early game. He trades for any other big guys. He's just a beautiful dude. Black Delver, man. Black Delver. That's why he's flying. He's Black Delver. He can jump high. Oh, man. Racism, right? Okay. Next, we got Charging Monster Shore. I mean, look at him. 5/5 for 5 with haste. And what is that? Was that Trample? Baby, sign me up. He's an uncommon. Won't feel bad playing him. He'll pretty much be a replacement for Glorybringer in all your budget versions of your decks. He's just a 5-drop beater. Not nearly as good, but he's still amazing. I mean, if you've ever played with him in Limited, you know how incredible he is. 10 out of 10. And Bees is here. What up, bro? What up? Let's do some air horns. Huge, if you put in the black-green enchantment, you can get unlimited Fanatical Firebrand. Do you think I don't know that, Caleb? You think... Actually, let me see if I still have that. Now I think about it. Tier 1 Brew. Black-Red Sacrifice. Yeah, I already have the deck. Boom. Journey, Firebrand, Makeshift Munitions. I flip Journey on turn 3 every day. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Going back to the deck. Welcome, Bees. Good to have you, dude. We're still in that Swammy hype, too. Let's see. But yeah, I'm with you, Caleb. Let's get back. Black, red, aggro, budget. There we go. Yeah, Monster is just your finisher. That's what he is. Hey, I played it. It did really well for me. Did well. Haven't seen any of the decks yet. Oh, dang Bees. All right, well, we're going to watch them together. We're going to look at them together after these deck techs. So strap your booty in because it's going to fly right off. Here's the rares and mythics that you're going to want to swap in to optimize it. Be either Bees. All right, guys. Well, you're gonna get a little treat, a little spicy little treat. If you're going black red, the biggest reason I would think is Angrath. He's amazing against creature decks because he hits them for damage and kills their creature. He's amazing against control because you can his ultimate just straight up kills them because they're probably playing a ton of removal, and you just +1 them to death if you want to. So if they don't get a Vraska's Contempt, then they're dead. So Angrath is the biggest reason to stay black-red, in my opinion. Depending on the meta, I don't know, maybe Bombard would be another removal you might want to look into instead of a Braid for a little bit. What is that? Best Buy? Oh, dang. Yeah, Bombard, it's just depending on the meta. I don't think you'll want it, but it's just there for you to consider. Captain Land Storm, I think will be good to ramp you into Monster Soar or fix your mana for the black-red version if you want to be playing Phoenix or Monster Soar. Not Monster Soar. Glorybringer. Because you see in this, there's no double mana symbols. It's important. Once you're running double mana symbols, you're going to want Lannery to be able to fix your mana and ramp you. So she'll be amazing. Plus she'll be hitting in for like 3-4 damage sometimes. So good. Cut to Ribbons. This is an amazing finisher. I think this will be a better than Bombard. A, because it costs 2. But it's a rare. That's why, that's why it's not exactly in the place of Bombard. But it's a meta call. But yeah, it's a good finisher. Again, a way to replace... actually, I don't know. Bone Picker does a different thing. It's a way to make up for not having shocks, That's a big thing I would think of. So maybe instead of a Braids, if you don't see a lot of artifacts, put in some cuts. Death by a million cuts. Next we got this guy. Why isn't he in English? But the explanation's in English. I don't know, that's weird. Anyway, Darkfleet Daredevil is also a meta call. If you're seeing a lot of control decks, it'll be really good to play turn 3, turn 4. To get rid of their sort of creatures. Because the control decks have been a lot more creature heavy, With the blue-black Scarab God ones. I run a black-red control deck, and after update, I think it could get a lot better. For sure, Beard. Yeah, dude, a Braid and Magma Spray and Sweltering Suns are going to be like all you need for like a tier 1 black-red control. So I agree 100%. And if you're listening out there, Termasoil, if you're still here, keep an eye out for that. You could play that same deck much better after the wipe too. So keep an eye out. Yeah, so what I was thinking, Beer, is it depends on which way you want to take it. The black-red version of this deck would be more control. Like like, you know, 4 Rekindling Phoenixes, a few Angrath, a lot of Sweltering Suns. The mono red would be just all beaters, you know, On-Crop Crasher, Glorybringer, maybe some Phoenixes, Earthshaker Kenra. That's what we're looking at. Lady, you got to get ready for my meetings. Oh, man. Okay. Thank you for stopping by, Caleb. Have a good one, sir. We'll see you around town. Maybe Thursday when Arena drops and I can convince you. That's what we'll be looking for. Have a good one, sir. So let's see here. We got also a Dire Fleet Poisoner. This is more for if you're running oh, he's a vampire, not a bro. The classic. Yeah, you know what's up. This is if you want to go more pirate heavy with like Kite Self Rebooters and stuff, but it's more just for being able to trade with huge creatures. If red-green monsters is a thing, that might make combat a little awkward for them. But yeah, if you're running Grasping Scoundrel, there we go. Dire Fleet Poison would be good with him, and then also Supernatural Stamina, because then you'll have a lot of ways where you attack with a creature that's smaller than theirs, but you'll come out on top. So it'll make combat really awkward for them. So that's more if you want to go that route. Something to consider. Dreadwander, amazing 1-drop. He's another reason to go with the grindier. The black-red version is grindier. The mono-red is more just beatdown, is what I would say. But yeah, Dreadwander is definitely what you want to be able to grind out the games. Amazing 1-drop, but he's a rare, so kind of a specific deck to fit into as well. So unless you're 100% sure you want that, I'd be scared. Earthshaker Kenra. He's the red drop that literally makes red-green monsters in this deck work. Just the fact you can eternalize them, so you never really flood out too much. And just the fact that that way you could go, you know, turn 1 Conquistador, turn 2 Kenra, even if they have a creature attacking with both, and then turn 3 On-Crop Crasher, attacking with all 3. Like, that's a really dangerous curve. So yeah, he is absolutely amazing. You can see he's just a straight upgrade to Nest Robber, so you're going to want him. Glorybringer, what can I say? He's more for the big red deck. You might not want to run all 4, but if you're running things like Captain Lannery Storm and stuff like that, you're going to want him. You're definitely going to want him. He makes it so you can shave down in your remove a little bit, so you have more threats. So good, dude. So good. He's just a beauty. You're never sad to have him, unless you can't play him, but, you know. Harsh Mentor is more of a meta call as well. If vehicles start coming back, there's kind of like a fringy black-red vehicles I saw coming up. For that, he might be decent. I don't know if it'd be worth him main decking him, but if you just happen to have him, he might be better than Freebooter or Nest Robber is like a 1 or 2 of. If people are running just like straight 4 Evolving Wild, that can ping him pretty good, but they're usually playing that turn 1 anyway. But yeah, there are a lot of artifacts. Activates, okay, yeah, and then also all the flip lands too. So he could get better depending on the meta. Yeah, because if you see someone with like a flipped Argos Bloodfast or me with my flipped Journey, ooh baby, he could do some work. So he's a meta call. Hazoret, absolutely want her, 100% amazing. The Scourge of Standard. 5/4 indestructible haste for 4 is incredible, and usually if your deck is this low to the ground, you're going to be able to attack on turn 4. And then you can just ping them out the long game if they stall the board. So yeah, this would be the first mythic I would trade for 100%. Never to Return, that's more it's a planeswalker heavy format and you want to go to the grindier black-red version that goes with, you know, Angrath and like sweepers and stuff, because generally this acts as a 2-for-1, right? You kill the planeswalker, you make the creature, it trades with one of their creatures for aggro decks and stuff, you know. So yeah, that's amazing. It's like a 1 or 2 of for sure. For Ferocidon, he's a good 3-drop, replace the Scrapper, but I wouldn't get him till we know when we're getting Kaladesh, because once Kaladesh comes in, we have full standard and he's banned. So take him with a grain of salt. Rekindling Phoenix he's competing with that 4 slot for Hazoret. I think I'd rather have Hazoret in this version, but if you're in the grindier version, play the Phoenix because he's just 2-for-1 on a stick, 100%. So good. Ruin Raider, he's in the more down to low to the ground version because you don't want to be flipping over charging monster swords every turn. But yeah, he's a good source of card advantage if you want to be just all like you curve out at 4, you know. If you have just only 4 bone pickers, he'll probably be pretty good for you. Shock, as soon as you get Kaladesh, replace Magma Spray with Shock, 100%. I'm telling you, do it. for sure you want to be able to go to face, and then that frees you up for more braids if people are playing artifacts and stuff. And then Soulscar Mage is the other one drop you want to consider, because he'll have that 2 power most of the time, and it'll turn your shocks into some crazy things. You know, they play a 3/4. You attack with him, they block. You Magma Spray it or shock it, and then Soulscar Mage comes out on top. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, he's definitely a fun guy. And also, notice it says non-combat damage, not instant or sorcery damage. So if you have any other way of pinging their creatures, there's going to be an artifact that comes out in Dominaria that lets you ping their creatures. That might be something fun to try out. I don't know. So yeah, that's black-red aggro. We only have 2 tap lands because we're going to want to curve out and play something on turn 1 and turn 2 like 90% of the time. So if you have a tap land, generally you're going to want to play turn 1 creature, turn 2 creature, and then you can play tap land 2-drop on turn 2. Is generally how you'd want to make that work. Yeah, that's the deck. We got one more for you guys. We got one more.